Hi, I'm Stu from Studium. In our last video, we talked about circumventing the whole application process for a full-time job by doing something a little bit sneaky, and that is landing yourself an internship. Now, it's a fairly nuanced approach, and we called it the hard, easy technique, in which you would cold call your prospective employer and talk your way into getting an internship. Now, if you're a middle-aged man, the idea of cold calling for an internship sounds really simple. And the reason for that is because if you've spent any time doing business development, it's kind of the nature of the beast. You have to, from time to time, pick up the phone and speak to someone you've never spoken to before about a product or service that they have never thought about before. However, if you are a student or a young person, it is absolutely terrifying picking up the phone and calling someone that you've never spoken to before about giving you an opportunity that they have never thought about doing before. So some of the feedback we got from the last video was, yeah mate, it's all well and good you telling us to cold call for an internship or for an interview, but can you please step us through the process? So today, what we're going to do is go step by step through some of the do's and don'ts of cold calling an employer or a prospective employer about an opportunity for you. Now, you're still giving away your labor for free and or low paid if you're lucky, but you still have to be professional and nuanced when you make this call. So let us show you how to do it. Now, before we get into the specifics of the cold call and we actually show you some do's and don'ts, just want to refresh a couple of things we spoke about. So number one, do your homework. Now you need to make sure that you're calling a tier 2, 3 or 4 company, and the reason for that is they are more likely to embrace the opportunity to bring on young, talented, cheaper labor, and the chance of you being exposed across the business to a variety of opportunities is probably enhanced. So do your research and look into organizations where you think you might like to work and that aligns to your interest or your field of study. The second part of research is do some digging on the type of person that you might like to work for. You want to try and align the skills and attributes you have with the person that you're going to put that call into, because if you have similar interests or skill sets or study backgrounds and those types of things, you are more likely to resonate with them and they are more likely to give you a chance. The third part of the puzzle, or the research that you need to do, is actually thinking about your strategy for navigating your way through to the person you need to speak to, and then when you get to that person, what it is that you're going to say to get you what you want. Now, as we touched on in the last video, what you want is a meeting with that person, ideally booked 2 weeks in advance so you can get into their calendar and then go and drop the hammer on them and impress them. Now, we'll get to how you impress them perhaps in another video, but today the critical piece is getting to that person and then resonating with them. So you have to think about what your strategies are for a number of roadblocks or challenges that may be thrown your way. The first challenge that you're going to run into is the person who answers the phone if it's not your target audience. Now, in many companies, the person who answers the phone takes the ultimate pride in stopping unwanted traffic heading to key people in the business. Back in the day, we used to call them the watchdog. They will tear you apart if you don't have your story straight. So it's really important that you've thought about how you're going to navigate your way through this process. And let's talk about and show you how to do that. Okay, the company we're calling today is Big Business, and you are about to run into a buzzsaw on the other end of the phone. It is critical that you do not do this.
Hi, welcome to Big Business. This is Olive speaking. How may I help you?
I'd really like to speak to someone about an internship, please.
Please send a resume and I'll pass it on.
Sally speaking.
I'd really like to speak to someone about an internship, please.
It's a really busy time right now, so give me your details and I'll call you back. Thanks.
Wow. What we need to do is go in with the game plan. So the most critical thing is asking for your target audience by name. As we touched on in the last video, there's a chance that the person on the other end of the phone just assumes that you know the person and puts you straight through. If they do ask what it's regarding, you need to make sure you try this. Can I speak to Sally, please?
What's it regarding?
My name's Stuart. I'm a university student studying such and such degree, and we've been encouraged by our lecturers to reach out to industry and find some key players such as Sally, who might be able to provide me some insight into how to sort of enhance my study and better understand how study lines to the actual workforce.
No problem, I'll pop you right through.
Sally speaking.
Hi Sally, my name's Stuart. I'm a university student, and we've been encouraged by our sort of lecturers to reach out to industry professionals and pick their brain about how they transitioned or how they found their studies relating to their workforce.
Oh, I remember those days.
I was hoping to schedule a time just to catch up with you for a coffee and hopefully pick your brain.
Absolutely. I would love to go get coffee.
Well, how's your schedule looking? I was hoping to do something sort of 2 weeks from today at around about 10 o'clock. I'm happy to come to you. Would love to buy your coffee and, as I said, just have a chat and get some insights. And I'm going to learn a lot more from you than I probably will from my university books.
Will you send me an invite?
Yeah, absolutely. I will email it straight through to you now. Okay, can I grab your email address? Perfect. Thanks very much.
Look forward to catching up.
Okay, look forward to it. Bye. You know, we have talked about the person on the other end of the phone forgetting about the phone call as soon as they hang up. But to be quite honest with you, it's the rarities or those occurrences that don't happen that often that stand out and get talked about around the office.
Hi Olive, how was your day?
Good, thanks. How was yours?
Good. I had a very interesting call from a uni student asking for advice and guidance.
Is that unusual?
Very. Normally we just get emails. The people who call stand out.
Interesting.
I am encouraging you, do your homework, pick up the phone and make that phone call, because that's the thing that your prospective employers are going to be talking about at the end of the day or the end of the week. It's the stuff they'll remember. Good luck.